Make sure you bring your chair all the way up to the wheel. When you sit down, you're going to sit as close as you can to the wheel. Center your foot on the pedal. Turn on the wheel. Get a bat. Put the holes on the pins. Take off excess clay off the bat and make sure it's very dry so the clay will stick. Make sure you have both your tools, a wood tool and a needle tool, rib and sponge. Number one thing, centering. Take the ball of clay, place it in the middle of the bat, wiggle it down and smack it down so it's sticking the clay. Wedging. Wedge the clay prior to coming to the wheel so you can get out any air pockets. Place your foot back in the Z position and get your elbow on your hip bone. Keep your elbows tucked inside your body. Push down at first, adhering it to the bat. Spin quickly, press down. After that, take your karate chops, press down on the bat, and squeeze the clay. Cover the clay with your thumbs all the way up to the top, like a big spike. Then over the top and come back down. Elbows braced. Again, karate chops down onto the bat, squeeze in, bring the clay up into a spike shape over the top. Keep the clay wet. Should be shiny the entire time. That's centered piece of clay. Now, while in the centering position, you're going to drop the hole. Take your thumbs, find the middle, and go straight down. Some people like to use two thumbs, which is fine. Push down. Now, opening the clay. You can use your fingers to do that, or you can use your thumbs in the middle and just pull out like that. Okay? For that, wet the clay again. We're going to clean and compress, meaning compress, push down on the center, making it nice and flat, making sure it's stuck onto the bat. Make sure you have the right amount of thickness on the bottom so you can take your needle tool, push it down to where it exits, and check it out. You should have 3/4 of an inch because you need to put a foot on the bottom of this cylinder. Compress it again, getting rid of that hole. Take your hand, squeeze it. You're gonna squeeze down here. Get your thumb down low. This outside hand is pushing the clay toward the middle. Squeeze the clay. This hand, lean in toward the middle, making a volcano-like shape. We call this the yank. Next is a pull. Get your hands wet. Take your hands like a butterfly. This hand is going inside. What you're doing is pushing out the clay at the bottom. Pushing out the clay. Out on the outside, you're pushing under, creating like a coil-like shape. Push out, push under. Keep your hands connected. This hand is going to be slightly above this hand, okay? So it's pushing out the clay, pushing under the clay, and slowly bring your hands up to the lip. So here we go. Pushing out the clay. Slowly bring your hands together like a unit up to the lip. Hold. There you go, that's one pull. Remember, you can only pull your cylinder or your piece 3 times. It gets weak if you keep pulling it. If it's super wide, you can take your hands like karate chops, from down onto the bat, squeeze, slowly bring your hands up to the lip. Okay, we're gonna go for another pull. Same thing, butterfly, down to the bottom. There's still fat on the bottom of the clay. And we're going to reach under and put a lot of pressure. As you come up, back off on that pressure because you don't want to go right through. And it is thinner as you go up. Okay, one more pull. Down to the bottom, push out, creating a coil, and straight up. The outside hand is always pushing in slightly, keeping it nice and straight. Number 8, shape the vessel. We're just shaping today by getting the walls nice and straight. So take your rib, spin, push from the inside to the rib, and take the rib all the way up to the lip. And that'll give you a nice straight wall. Clean all the water out. Round the lip. If you need to trim the lip, because maybe it's uneven, take your needle tool, put your fingers on either side, rest the needle tool on your thumb, and go slowly through till you touch your finger. Off it comes, round the lip again, taking off that sharp edge. Last thing is to just trim whatever's left on the bat, which there shouldn't be at this point. And that is done. Get your cutting wire. Take the cutting wire, take your thumbs, put it on top of the cutting wire, keep your thumbs close to the bottom of the cylinder, and pull through. You always want to pull towards you. Put your name down at the bottom, and you will store it one night with nothing on it, and trim the foot the following day because it will have set up. It will be leather hard. There we go. That's it.